everybody. I am so glad you're here or watching the repeat of this. I wanted to do things a little bit differently in this group today because I really just wanted to take some time and talk about something that I'm learning, which is passion and purpose, and kind of figuring out, hold on, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Talk about something that I'm learning, which is works. Okay, so I really wanted to talk about passion and purpose because it's something that I'm learning, and I think that no matter what you're doing, if you're looking at maybe joining us to become a coach and to kind of, have your own business and work from home and have that freedom and that flexibility, I think that it's still important that you know your why and you have a purpose behind it. So, I'm here to talk to you because I am a coach, because this is my passion, because it is my purpose. But if I lost my why and I lost the reason why I did this, then I wouldn't be as effective in it, because this is like really a business that is all about people, and it's all about helping people. And that's really where my passion and my purpose lie, is helping people, helping women specifically. And so knowing those things is really helpful. But I think that I know it's not a thing. This really applies in every single thing that you're doing, no matter you're a coach or you're something else. Like, I wanted to share this because I think it is so, so powerful. So we're going to go through a couple different things. I'm going to try to keep it as time worthy as possible. I'm a talker and I talk way too long, so let's kind of just dig into this, okay? So passion and purpose. This is a quote that I love. It says, you have to know who you are to grow to your potential, but you have to grow in order to know who you are. And I think that that's like a really hard thing sometimes, because, it talks about you have to know who you are in order to grow, but you have to grow in order to know who you are. So like, how do you balance that? Like, how do you do that? And I think what it really comes down to is taking time to grow. I think we are so busy and we're so doing this and that and the next thing that we we forget to take time to like work on ourselves and develop ourselves. And yes, like, my passion is to help people with fitness, and I think that that's super important, and you need to take that time as well. But there's a whole nother aspect of it, which is the growth part of it. It's the mindset part, because that's where you're going to grow as a leader, as a person, and you're going to really find your purpose and your passion. So right now, I am reading a book, and it's from John Maxwell. It's called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And that's where a lot of what I'm going to talk to you guys, I got out of that book, because I think that is where it's just really, this book has literally changed my life. It's just so powerful, and it's changed my life. And so that's why I wanted to share it with you. So my question to you is, do you take time to grow and become better? Like, is that something that is a part of who you are? I'd love to know that. So in the comments, please tell me, is that something that is important to you, that I would love to hear that. If so, I'm just proud of you. Like, do you know your passion and do you have your purpose? If that's a yes, like, amazing job. I'm proud of you. Still keep working on it, because I think it's always a process. But if you don't know and you aren't growing, then that's totally okay. It's super normal not to know, and I encourage you just to dig in a little bit deeper and go after it. Like, figure out what it is. So, I love this quote. It's another quote by John Maxwell. It says, to grow, you must know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your interests and opportunities. You must be able to gauge not only where you've been, but also where you are now. Otherwise, you cannot set a course for where you want to go. And of course, every time you want to learn something, you must be able to take the new thing you learned today and build upon what you learned yesterday to keep growing. That's the only way to gain traction and keep improving yourself. So, to grow, you must know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your interests and opportunities. You must be able to gauge not only where you've been, but also where you are now. You guys, for me, I think sometimes that is a scary thought. It's scary to like know yourself, because when you really dig in, you find all these nuances and these things that make you uncomfortable, and you're like, you want to think the best of yourself, but you're like, oh, I did really bad at that and I'm not good at this. But that's okay, because I think that that's when you take that time and you learn and then you change, that's when magic happens. So I want to talk to you guys about 3 type of people when it comes to having direction in life. And I really agree with these 3, and I think that they're powerful. So the first one is people who don't know what they would like to do. Now, these people are often kind of confused. They don't have a big sense of purpose. And if you're this person, I'm not saying that you are a confusing person. I'm just saying that maybe you just like don't really have a sense of purpose. Maybe you're just kind of going with the flow, doing your 9-to-5 job, going home, watching TV. Like, there's just not much that you're doing. You aren't focused. You drift a lot, and you can't reach your potential because you just don't even know where to go. You don't know what to shoot for. And that's one of the types of persons. So let's see, if you're there, then that's fine. That we're just going through these, okay? So the second type of person is people who know what they would like to do, but they don't do it. Now, I know for me, I probably fall in this mix more than most of them, because I have this strong sense of purpose and passion, and I know what I want to do, but I find myself not always doing it all the time. And so maybe that's you. Maybe that's where, you need to take time and like grow and figure out how to fulfill the things that you want to do, or that you are called to do, that your purpose is. Okay, so the third person is a person who knows what they would like to do and do it. And these are usually the most successful people, right? They have a strong sense of passion, they're focused, they grow in areas to move them closer to their purpose, and that's kind of like what they do in order to become a better version of themselves. So I feel like I'm sometimes in the middle of 2 to 3, because I'm really leaning towards 3, trying to be that focused person who's willing to work on growth and willing to push past that. And so I would love to know, like, or you don't even have to tell me, but I want you to think about it. Where are you in that mix? Are you 1, 2, or are you 3? Because I think that it's important to know, like, where we are in that mix so that we can learn how to grow, right? Okay, so purpose. What is purpose? Like, what is the definition of purpose? What does that even mean? So I have a mentor named Melissa West, and she helped me dig into this exact thing. Like, she helped us kind of define what purpose is. And she said, purpose is what you were created and designed for. It's like what God put you on this earth for and made you for. And if you aren't living in that purpose, life is going to be a lot harder. I love the analogy she gives of like a spoon. And she said, like, if you had a steak and you were given a spoon to eat that steak, could you do it? Could you like cut it open and do it? Like, yes, you could do it, but is it going to be harder? Yes, because you need a knife and a fork to eat the steak. Like, the spoon was not created for the purpose of cutting a steak. And that's where a lot of times we live, is that we don't know our purpose, and so we're trying to do things, and it's really hard. We're not able to like make them work because they're not what we were created to do. So finding your purpose is really important. It's a really important thing to like figure out and to like dig into. I love this quote. It's the first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. I think that we really need to become aware of what does need to be changed. The first step of change is awareness. So like, how do we become aware? Well, we have to ask ourselves a lot of questions. We have to dig into who we are, and we have to then accept that. And within that acceptance, then we need to do something about it and change it. So that's where personal development comes in, and that's something that on our team I really try to push for. That's something within our business that I love. That's what I love the most about Beachbody, is like I have grown more as a person in the last 4 years working with Beachbody than I did in 40 years, well, I'm not 40 yet, but you know, in the 36 years before that, because the focus is really about the whole picture. It's about being whole in your health. It's about being whole in your mind. It's about being whole in your nutrition. It's like, it's the whole picture. And personal development is one of the 4 biggest things. So when that is like pushed on you in a good way, you grow as a person. So when we take the first step to become aware of like the issues that we have, the things that we need to work on, and then we accept those things, that's when we have the chance to grow. That's when we have the chance to find our passion and to find our purpose. So there are 10 things that are 10 questions that John Maxwell talks about that I'm going to put up on the screen. You guys can screenshot it or write it down. But I think that these 10 questions are really good questions to ask yourself. The first one is, do you like what you're doing now? So ask yourself that, do you like what you're doing now? If you do, and this is your passion, then that is phenomenal. That's great. If not, let's figure out the next things. So number 2 is, what would you like to do? Figure out what in your dreams, like what would you really like to do? Number 3 is, can you do what you would like to do? I think that's a big question. And I love what he talks about here is like, you know, well, he doesn't say this, but this is an example. Like, my son wants me to be Marvel. If you guys have watched Captain America's Marvel, he's like, Mommy, I wish you were a superhero, and I wish you could be Captain Marvel and have all the superhero things. And you guys, that would rock. And I could have this dream and this vision to like be able to like be this rockin' superhero and like do all these awesome things. But can I do that? No, I can't. That is not a realistic job opportunity or career path for me. So instead, I will just continue to be a health coach and help you guys, and be a business coach and help you grow your businesses. That's where I'm going to be instead. So let's go to the next question. Do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? These are kind of confusing, but they're deep, and you have to like write them down and really dig into it. Okay, do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? Number 6, do you know people who do what you would like to do? I know a lot of them, and they're amazing. Number 7, should you do what you'd like to do with them? Number 8, will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Number 9, when can you start doing what you would like to do? And number 10, what will it be like when you get to do what you would like to do? So this is something, you know, I want you all to like really dig into. Now, as a, you know, if coaching isn't something that you're interested in, take this and apply it to what is, all right? But I'm going to take a second and talk to you about this with the coaching perspective in mind and joining our team in mind, because I think that it's super important. So, you know, what would you like to do? Like, is this, when you see us doing what we're doing, you know, helping people, or maybe you're in our challenge groups and you see like the impact that this has, or maybe this has impacted you personally because your life has been changed. Like, maybe this is something you would really like to do and help others. Maybe you just watch us on social media and you see like this joy and this happiness that we have, and you see like how we love helping people, and you're like, I would love to do that. So the next question is, can you do that? Well, this is absolutely something that anybody could do. 100% anybody can do it. You just have to have a heart to help people. You have to be willing to work hard, because this is a career that you really do have to work hard in. And you have to be willing to like take time to develop yourself and do things like this and ask these questions. Okay, so do you know what you want to do? Do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? So if you're interested in coaching, do you know why? Like, I want you to really dig in, because if you don't know why, and you don't have a why and a purpose, then it's something that's going to be harder for you. I want to make sure this is something that you really understand. Like, why do I want to become a coach? And then, do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? That's a question you might not know what to do, but luckily you have a team of people surrounding you to do that. And that kind of goes on to the next question. Do you know people who do what you'd like to do? You guys, the thing I love the most about this business opportunity is that you're never alone, is that you have a team surrounding you. I have the most amazing coaches working with me who challenge me daily. Like, I watch what they're doing and I'm like, man, that's so awesome. And we share things and we help each other. So do you know somebody who's doing that? Yes, you do. You have an entire group of people who are here willing to help you. I'm about to go on a cruise in 3 days, and I'm so freaking excited because I get to go and hang out with these people who have inspired me and mentored me and helped me. And it's my team, it's my community, it's my people, and that's a really powerful thing. Okay, so should you do what you'd like to do with them? That's the question you have to ask. Like, if you would like to do this, should you do it? I hope the answer is yes, but that's something that you have to decide for yourself and figure out. If you've got questions and you're wondering what, then you need to just talk to one of the coaches in here. You need to talk to me. Like, let's hash it out and see if it's really something that you would love to do, because I love it, and I think that anybody can do this if you are ready to do it. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? I think that there's always a price to pay in doing your passion and what you want to do. Maybe that means you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of the time in order to put effort into starting a business. Like, maybe you had extra time. Maybe you are going to stop watching TV for a couple hours a day so that you can actually work a business and become successful in this. Maybe that means that, you have to, like, you're home with your kids. You have to find pockets of time in order to work a business. But you guys, is it worth it? Absolutely. For me, did I have to pay a price? I stopped doing what I loved in photography. I still love photography and I still do it, but I stopped doing it because I wanted to help people so much. I wanted to see this succeed and help people in here succeed, that was a huge thing for me. And that was a passion for me. And it was a price I was willing to pay because I'm so passionate about it. So there are things that you might have to pay a price in order to do your passion and to do your purpose. And that's okay, because the outcome of it is so worth it and it's so powerful. When can you start doing what you'd like to do? Well, if you want to do this, you could start today. Literally, it's that easy. We will get you hooked up, set up, start today. We're going to help you run a successful business. We're going to show you the ropes. We have trainings that we do. We have another one that's starting in April for beginning trainings, and you've got a team helping you, surrounding you. So that's a huge thing. Number 10, what will it be like when you get to do what you'd like to do? Well, I hope that you'll say that it is the most empowering, amazing thing in your life. For me, that's been the case. For my other coaches, if you ask them, like, has it been hard? Yeah, it's hard, but that's what comes with the territory of owning a business. Is it worth it? Absolutely. We're all passionately loving what we do and helping others. And I think that is one of the biggest things with purpose, right? Okay, so that is questions I want you to ask yourself. Either way, if you're looking at becoming a coach, or if you're just like here to like learn about passion and purpose, like ask those about what you're doing now and what your passion is and see if that helps. Okay, so Melissa West also gave me a couple things to dig into as far as purpose goes, and I want to share those with you guys because I think these are powerful too. So in order to figure out what your purpose is, ask yourself, when you are at your best being you, ask yourself these questions, okay? So these are more questions to ask yourself, but this is powerful. So when you are at your absolute best and you are being exactly who you are supposed to be, what are you doing right at that moment? So what am I doing now? Okay, who am I with? Like, when I am my absolute best, who am I with? Where am I? What am I feeling? In that moment, what is important to me? And in that moment, what am I seeking? Those are questions to write down and just think about deeper. Like, when you are at your best, how do you feel in these moments? And that's going to help you kind of figure out what your purpose is. Like, what were you called on earth to do, and how can you do that? Okay, so it's my last question for you guys. are you doing what you love right now? Like, are you really doing what you love? I know that it's scary sometimes trying to think through like purpose and passion and these deep things, but it's also the most powerful thing you could do. And if you start now, it's so much better than if you wait. Because I am almost 40 years old and I cannot believe it. And I wish that I would have learned this stuff when I was in my 20s. Because I think that I would be in such a better place and just so much more growth. I mean, this is something that never changes, right? The growth never changes. Just you have to like push and go for it. But why is it scary? Because you're working on you. Like you're delving into some of the deepest areas. My husband and I talk about it a lot. Like right now we're really trying to help people with marriage and fitness combined. And I'm getting so many people who are just like, no. And I was like, why are so many people like scared of working on their marriage and their fitness? And my husband said those are the two hardest things for people to really look into and like figure out. Like fitness is hard enough on our own, right? Trying to figure it out and mentally get it. And then you've got your marriage, which is super hard. And then you try to do them together. And there's like a lot of times this conflict and it's so hard. But it's so good. And it's so powerful when you can do that too. And so it's the same thing with this. It's scary to dig into who you are, but it's powerful. And what comes out at the end is worth it if you'll actually just go for it. So coaching has changed my life. It's changed my family's life. It's changed my team's life. And I would love for it to change your life too. So if this is something you're interested in, let's chat 100%. Email me, hello@KimberlyJarman.com. Message me. Like, let's really chat and see if this is something that you could do. Our team name is the Better Together Nation. And the reason I named it that is because we truly are better together. When we come together as a community, when we come together with a purpose and a drive, like it makes us better people. When there's no, judging and there's no like comparing and we just are there to help each other, it just makes it a lot easier. And that's my heart for this team. Now, I know that a lot of people out there like think that the whole MLM thing is like this kooky little crazy cult. And can I just tell you that it's not? Like, I don't know the other MLMs. Like, I don't know what happens there. But I can tell you for sure that this group of people that I've surrounded myself with are people that I never would have met outside of this. They have made me better in every single way possible. If I have an issue or if I'm like dealing with something, I can call on them. If I've got a question, I can call on them. The community, the resources, the help is worth every bit of this. And you guys, you become better. And so if nothing else comes out of this business opportunity other than my personal growth, I'm going to count that as a victory and a win because I've grown more than anything. But the thing is, that's not going to be the only thing that comes out of it. It's powerful and it is one of those taboo things in some ways, but it shouldn't be. So when you hear somebody talking about those crazy people in the MLMs and they've never experienced this business opportunity, please just say, you know what, like you've never even done it. How would you know? Like maybe you've heard something, maybe you've seen something. Like you guys, this is truly an amazing opportunity and life-changing. So if you're interested, let's chat a little bit more. I'm going to let you guys go. Passion and purpose is the key. Let's just like rock this, okay, friends? Like, let's just like become the best version of ourselves that we possibly can. And let's do it together because I think that that is where the power comes into play. So if you have any more questions, comment below. Or if you're watching this on YouTube or any other medium, just feel free to shoot me over an email or a message. I would love to talk to you. hello@KimberlyJarman.com is how you can get a hold of me via email. Let's chat and let's make this work, okay? Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good day. Bye.